Hi. Hi, welcome to Oracle Fusion Financial Training. So here in this session, we are going to learn how to create the user, how to create an user with no password expiry. So normally in Oracle Fusion, every 3 months once password by expire. So as per that. But if you are creating an user who is going to work on integration, or you are going to create an user who is going to work as an agent, okay, who is going to work as an agent. Oracle AI agents are available, right? If you are creating an user for to support feed agents, this user going to perform. If your agent is performing a ledger agent or payable agent or some other agent, it is going to perform with user which you are creating, so that for that users your password should not be expired on each and every time. If it is expired, you have to configure it again. So in that case, while creation of user, how you have to create an user with no password expiry. Okay, you need to restrict the user how you want to. If you are creating a user with 3 months, after that the user has to automatically lock. You should not work. If you are giving an user for contingent worker who is going to work in our project for 3 months period of time, so in that case that user has restriction. After 3 months, if even though you forget the user, application automatically has to close. These activities will taken care by application administrator. If you are as a consultant, if someone from the administrator team approaches you how to restrict the user, then you are able to answer these questions. So in that case, how to create an user, how to restrict the user, all those things will be covering here in this session. So first,
Okay.
we are going to cover creation of user, and second thing what we are going to learn here, we are going to learn password policy. Password policy, maybe restricting user expiry, all those things will be covering here for the user, same user. Okay, these are the two things we'll be covering. Basic, this is the basic requirement for any user. Okay, so for that, this is the demo instance. First I will give you overview of this application, how it will be. So this is demo instance. Here this user I'm using, Casey Brown, is a finance user. He's having all the finance and procurement, all the information he's having access. So if you see risk management, all the, because this is a demo instance, this user already assigned with so many roles related to finance, procurement, and project management, project financial management also. Because of that, this user is having all the information. So this is the uh, gross user. He's having all the access, intercompany, cash management, fixed asset, everything. So this is demo user. So I am taking this user for creation of our own user. Okay, this is basic. This is the home page. When you click on this, this is the home page. So this user is having, when you click on this, user, you are able to see setup and maintenance. So with this, with the help of this setup and maintenance, we are able to configure. If user is having the setup and maintenance, he is eligible to do any configuration. What is configuration? If you want to set something in this application, this the possibility to set up something with this feature only. Setup and maintenance is not there, then you are not allowed to configure the application. You are allowed to do the transaction in this application. You are allowed to create a journal entry. You are allowed to create a AP invoice transaction. You are allowed to create a AR transaction or some other thing, but you are not allowed to configure this application. How to work this application? The user who want to configure, who is configuring this application, the user must have setup and maintenance. Without this user cannot do the configuration. The user is allowed to do only transactional activity, everyday journal entry creation, AP, or cash management, some other. Based on the duty rules, he can perform those actions, but he cannot configure the application. So here, this user is having setup and maintenance, that is the implementation user. So for the implementation user only, we'll be having setup and maintenance. When we are going for a live project, so only consultants will have this setup and maintenance. For all the end users, for application user, those people will not have setup and maintenance. Why? Because they're not going to configure anything in this application. They are going to use the application. For that reason, those users are not required to have setup and maintenance. So you can remember this for this. Okay. So I'm having, so overview of this transaction. So I mean information. So after that, if you have click here. This is the home page. Here, if you click here, if you can see under tools, you have to navigate to tools. How you can navigate? From this home page, tools, here security console will be there. Security console in the sense, so user creation and roles creation, all those things will be in this section. So what is the path for user creation? Tools and security console. So for getting this security console, okay, if you want this option in your application, what are the role required for you? You need to have for creation of user, what is the privileges we required? Okay, security console. Sorry. Security console we required. For this, which role is providing this privileges if you take? Okay, IT security manager role. IT security manager role provides this privilege to have IT security console. Okay, if you're in your user is having IT security manager, he can able to see security console. Okay. So this user Casey Brown is having IT security manager. So first we'll check whether he's having or not, so that you can have a clarification. So here we are having, if you click on that IT security manager, security console, you will be landing this page. Okay, I will show from back again for your understanding. So this is home page. If you are on hamburger, if you click on here, so this page will open. Here if you want to down, tools, here security console. So many options are available, schedule process, security console, all the things are available. If you want to upload some file into the application or import, you can, it will be available here. So you want to do ADFDI, so you can download here. All those information will be available. We will discuss each and every option in day by day class. So if you click on security console, so it will be landing here. What are the things we can see here? Roles, users, analytics, certificates, user categories. So based on this information only, we are able to create the user. So first we want to create the user. First overview I am telling you. So here, add user account. Once you click on users, here you are able to see add user account. When you are creating an add user account, when you are clicking on add user account, you are entering into the users creation page. So you are able to see the users creation page. So I told you that if you want to create a user with no password expiry, you have to create a user category. Which user category? Here if you click on here, demo service user category, one more category they have created in this demo instance, so that we don't know what is that category. We'll go and check what is that categories. Okay, demo services, this user is having. We'll cancel this. We are not going to create user directly. We are going to check the user categories. Demo services. What is this? If you click on this, here if you click on edit, what are the things available? So this demo user category, password policy. If you click on the password policy, here days before password expiration, 90 days warning it will show. So it means that the password expiry for 90 days. If you want to create a user with no password expiry, so here you have an option to set. If you click here, I want to create a user with 999. That means 9,990 days, the password expire will not happen. Okay, like this. We will create a new category for ourselves. Okay, to use for our user will come out. So just we are checking for this demo user, the password expiry is normal. What are the details they mentioned? Demo service is normal only. There is no password expiry things they have mentioned here. Normal is only as usual. Just they created for showing how to create the user. Okay, we'll come back. So here we want to create a category. For this, under this categories, user categories, I'm going to create a new category. Here I'm going to create new category. Just click on create, then it will be take you to user category creation. It will be landing to user category creation page. So here details you want to enter, edit. So what is the user category name I'm going to create? So I'm creating this category for AI agents. So in that case, I have to give AI agents category. For example, with no password expiry, I'm going to create. For example, I have created in my project for AI agents. So AI agents. Sorry, it should be in the caps. AI agents. So you should not, while creation of category, you should not give any space. See, if I am creating any space, just I'm entering giving space, it will throw an error. See, while creation of user category, you should not enter any space. Okay. If you want to give space, you can use underscore for that creation of category. So
Okay. Without space and only caps only we have to use.
we can use small letters also. That is not an issue. That is also allowed. Okay. Small caps also allowed.
Okay.
But space should not be there. No password expiry. Okay, there is no URL. So how we want to use the name? Only email has to be the username, or how we want to? First name and last name we can keep. We
Email.
can decide here.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So the username, if you are creating a user, if you want to use only username as a first name and last name, or you want to use email ID or that thing, you can define here. Okay, I'm defining as first name and last name only. So in that case, while creation of user, first name and last name will be the mandatory names. You have to provide that mandatory. If you are providing email here, then email will be the mandatory for users creation.
Okay.
Okay, so now we did with the basic details. Now we are going to enter with no password expiry. So I'm going to edit here. Default 90 days will be there. I told you 90 days, 3 months. So now I'm going to enter a user with 9,999. That means around 30 years. Okay, this password will not expire. The password policy you can change complex, very complex, custom. If simple, I'm going to create. That is 8 characters we need to. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the details. If you want to disallow last password, that is also possible, but we can go with only password expiration date. Days we have given. Here we are giving the days. 9,990 days. The same password will be available in the system. Okay.
Okay.
If you are entering in this production, we are having a 3 instance or 4 instance based on the users project. Some people will have production instance, dev instance, test instance. If a user created a password expiration policy in a test instance, if the test instance is getting cloned, that means production data is copying the test instance, this user will be automatically leave from the system. Why? Because it is not copied in the production. If you have done the same changes in the production, it will be available forever. For 9,990 days, it will be there. Okay. So now I am creating this user. So save and close.
And here, the last one, administration can manually reset password. That means here they can reset the password only manually only.
Yeah, manually only. Why? Because if, for example, I'm in the entity. After that, I will leave the entity. The user want to check whether they want to change the password. They have to allow to change the password manually. Okay. In the security console, we can change. I will show you how to change the password for the user. Okay.
If we enable this one, we cannot send email through password.
Yeah, we cannot check. We cannot change through email. We can come to security console. We can change the password here.
Okay.
Now I'm clicking on save and close. So I have given the details and password policy, notification, two-factor authentication. That nothing we are going to enable. If you click on this, the demo instance, so many people are using, maybe because of that instance is getting low. So if you want to get notification for which thing you want to get notification, you can enable here. We'll discuss those things information in the last classes. As of now, it is not. Two-factor authentication. So no, we didn't enable anything notifications. So two-factor authentication in the sense, if you are logging into an Oracle application, you are allowed to send authenticate through, first thing you are entering a password. Second thing, again you have to authenticate through email. You are going to authenticate through SMS, or Oracle mobile authenticator is there, so that you can also use. I'll show you some other time how to use this. If you enable this for this user, then whenever this user is logging, then definitely with this category we are creating a AI agent user category, right? Whenever we are assigned to a user, that category to that user must authenticate two times. One is password, second time through Oracle authenticator or email or SMS, any other way he has to authenticate, then only you are allowed to use that application. Like that we can restrict the user from multiple usage. Okay, this is the basic.
Okay.
Now we don't want to change anything for this user, we are going with the same. So now we created AI agents as a category. Now we are having one category with no password expiry. So if you assign this to an user, then user is not going to expire his password. So now we come back to users. So I'm going to create a user now. Why? Because now we have created our own category. Okay, add user account. You click on add user account. Here you can see, so first name and last name. First name is not there, but last name is mandatory. This will come under username. So here, whatever the category we created, it will appear here. See, AI agents we created, right? So if you selected this, then password will not expire for this user for 9,999 days. If you want to use as default normal, so if you are assigning this as a category as a normal, then the password will expire for after 90 days. So this is normal category. The default will be the normal category, password expire after 90 days. This is how Oracle application works. If you want to create a user with no password expiry, so that you go and create a new category here. After that, you have to assign that category to the user. So right, so AI agents, this is the category we created. Now we are going to assign this category to our user. Okay, so this is new category I'm going to use now. So okay, so I'm going to use first name and last name. Sorry, this is taking my personal details. One second. I will enter the details. Oracle ERP. Oracle ERP, our username. It will see first name and last name. Oracle ERP, our username.
Okay.
So Oracle ERP. Oracle.erp, our username. When you are logging into an application, you have to use this name. So now I'm going to create a password for this. So now I created password. This is a simple password we created. Okay, this is the basic information. Here there is no email mandatory here. Okay, if you are selected at the time of category creation, if you are mandatory with the email username, so then email will be mandatory, as last name is there. No, it's mandatory. But in this case, email will be mandatory. You have to provide email. Email will be your username.
Okay.
If business wants to create their username based on their email ID, so that in that case you have to create a category with email ID as a user ID. So in that case, email ID will be our username, right?
Yes.
So that is the way you have to create. Now I'm creating just save and close. Now I'm creating this user. I didn't assign any roles, just create a user with empty. No roles are assigned to this user. Yes. So now I'm going to search the user. How you have to search? Here I'm going to search. I'm searching. Here I'm giving it the user. Okay. Oracle. So it has to bring that user back. Oracle ERP, which we created. Okay. Oracle ERP is our user. So now I'm clicking on it. If you want to add any roles to an user, if you want, you can search the user here. here manually we have given AI agents manually reset password. With this help of reset password, we can rechange the password also here. See, manually change the password. We can enter the new password here. Okay. I'm not going to change anything. So edit. When you click on edit, you are allowed to add roles. So adding roles, we can add multiple ways. So I can search with IT security manager, IT security manager. So ORA is Oracle defined seeded roles. If you something starting with ORA, that is a seeded role. Okay. Once you click on that, you can add role membership, so that the user role will be added to the user. See here, these are the roles assigned to this user. What is the other way we can add roles to this user? If you have one finance guy, one new person is joined in place of existing one more person. So if you want to give access to that, you should not sit and add all the roles to that user. What you can do instead of, you can copy from the user. If you click on the users, you can search with that users who is leaving that organization. You can add directly what are the roles available to him. No need to sit enter all the roles. You can sit directly, copy from the users also. So how we have to do here, this will be like this. If you want to add roles, you can search roles here. If you want to copy roles from the user, if you click on here, you can select users. So users will come. I will search now SCM IMPL. This is the one more user. This is the one more user. This is a seeded user from Oracle demo. So when I'm clicking on it, what are the roles available to this user? All the roles will be automatically copied. Add role membership from user. If I'm clicking on this, what are the roles available to this user will automatically come here. Can I click here? Now you will be able to see how many roles are copied. It will show here. You can see 373 roles were added within a fraction of a second. You can add 373 roles. All the roles are added to this user. Now just click on done. So now we no need to sit and add 373 roles to this user. Just by clicking and searching with the user, which is the appropriate user you want to give. You can copy roles from that user and directly you can click on save and close, so that all the roles will be copied from that user to this user. So now I'm clicking save and close. So with this, my user is ready with all the roles. Okay, just I'm giving demo to you so that how to copy roles from the user or how to assign roles to this user. So what are the ways to assign roles to the user? One way, by searching a role name and add role membership to the user, or searching with the username, copy role membership from the user. These are the two ways you can add roles to the user. Right? So this is how we need to proceed. Now it is adding all these roles. It's taking time. I will click on save and close. Why? Because we are added 373 roles to this user. So it's done. And the same thing, this is processing. Schedule process is running now. When I click on done, it is done. So once you add all the roles to the user, to synchronize these roles and privileges and roles to the user, okay, in 10 minutes. We are having very less time. So what we have to do, after that adding roles to the user in a schedule process, here in the schedule process, we have to run LDAP job. What is LDAP job? This is the job where the roles assigned to the user. It will be synchronizing. Okay, synchronize with that user. Just search with LDAP. So the first one, retrieve latest LDAP changes. So when you click on that, what it will do?
Synchronize the roles with
users, roles and role grants and the definition of in LDAP. When I'm clicking on it, so that our user has 373 roles, so that it has to be synchronized with this user, I'm running LDAP job. After assigning roles to the user, you have to run LDAP job so that it will be synchronized. Otherwise, you can log out and log in also. This will also automatically will synchronize with that user. Now I'm going to sign out from this user. I'm going to sign in again with my user. So meanwhile, it will be updated. So now I'm going to, which is my user.
Oracle.ERP.
We didn't enable any multi-factor. Sorry. Oracle.ERP component. So, see, we did mistake. R2 is not correct. So we are logging again with our user which we created. So this is our user. We copied from SEM user. So what are the roles available for that user? All the things will be copied to this user. So see here, setup and maintenance is there. So that this user is having the setup and maintenance, implementation consultant role, so that he is able to see all the information. So this is our today's class. So today what we discussed, today we created a user and how to create a user with no password expiry policy, how to define the username. So at the time of category creation, we can define the category name, whether you have to use first name or last name, or you have to use user email ID as your username. Those things will be defined at the category level. These are the basic information, and how to assign roles to the user based on directly role searching. Otherwise, we can copy from the existing users. These are the things we covered so far today. If you have any doubts, you can ask me.
If we enter the...
One second.
Yes.